Welcome back. In this video we move further. And we will look at the different barriers to listening. Some barriers are due to hunger or fatigue of the listener, making them irritated and less inclined to listen to the speaker. Sometimes it is due to the language the speaker uses, such as high-sounding and bombastic words that can lead to ambiguity. Other barriers include distractions, trigger words, vocabulary, and limited attention span. Listening barriers may be psychological, for example, emotions, or physical, for example, noise and visual distraction. Let us look at these different barriers to listening one by one. The first type and the most common type of barrier is distractions. We generally get distracted easily, and that can lead to many problems. Distractions are also of many types. First type in this is semantic. In this, the listener is confused about the actual meaning of a word, as the word has different meanings. Next is physical. This occurs when there is noise in the surroundings. For example, the air conditioning system or microphones fail. Or someone is constantly tapping on the table with his fingers. Another type of distraction is mental type. This occurs when the listener makes himself the central character of his daydreams and forgets the speaker. The next type of barrier is faking attention or pretending to listen. This usually happens when the message consists of material of a difficult or uninteresting nature. The listener may not want to bother to understand the message. Sometimes this may happen when he is critical of the speaker's looks, style of speaking, and mannerisms. The next type is defensive listening. This kind of listening takes place when the speaker's views challenge the listener's beliefs. Here differences of opinions may crop in. Another type is prejudice. The listener's bias, negative attitude, preconceived notions, fears, or stress adversely affect listening. Another important type is constant focus on self. In this, a person's ego may also adversely affect his listening. The Roman playwright, Terence, reveals this aspect of human nature when he says, "My closest relation is myself." A person may believe that he knows everything that the speaker is talking about, and therefore does not need to listen. Another barrier is information overload. The listener may be exposed to too many words or points, and therefore be unable to take in everything. He should learn how to pick up the important ones and discard the rest. The next one is the thinking-speaking rate. The speaking rate is 125 to 150 words per minute, whereas the thinking rate is 400 words per minute. So, the listener's mind is moving much faster than the speaker is able to speak. The extra intervening time before the speaker arrives at his next point is usually spent in shifting one's mental focus or in daydreaming. The last type is short attention span. The natural attention span for human beings is short. This is not easy to rectify, except for making a special effort to concentrate and prolong one's attention span. In the last video of this module, we will learn about the different learning strategies. Until then, bye-bye, and happy learning.